Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Sang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Today is the 100th episode of Road to Ranked, and to celebrate it, I wanted to do something a little bit silly and a little bit more fun than usual. We're featuring a team with none other than Martin Solrock. If you guys played any raid battles in the game with Martin, you'll know that his Solrock is known for doing absolutely nothing other than clicking Cosmic Power and Rock Polish. It's exactly what we're rocking here today. This team was built by a Twitch subscriber, and we were actually playing with it on stream yesterday. It's a super chaotic but fun stream. And the Solrock is a little bit more useful because it does have Rock Slide, so making it at least somewhat useful. But you can do some cool things with this team where you Cosmic Power and Rock Polish, and then NDD copies those boosts and then just does a lot of damage with stored power. The rest of the team is relatively standard with Bulky Hippowdon, Choice Band Excadrill, Nasty Plot Rotom, and Life Orb Braviary. So excited to give it a try. It's a rental team, so feel free to try it out yourself. It's definitely more of a fun team than a serious team, but our goal is just to get a win or two in today's episode. And thank you guys so much for continuously supporting Road to Rank, for continuing watching these videos. I really appreciate it. And let's just jump into today's episode. So, yeah, Solrock once again. Definitely an interesting Pokemon. It's actually kind of viable for a bunch of reasons. One, people often have no idea what it does, so it actually kind of, works as a pseudo follow me, where people feel the need to target it down just because they're afraid of what it does. Two, if you can get some boost off and get a Psych Up off, NDD can actually be a great late game win condition and sweep through teams. Three, it's Solrock. It actually has Levitate, which allows us to, deal with some ground type attacks, which can actually be really relevant. So we're going up against as, the most standard team possible here for the first game today, and let's just jump into it. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like. I'd really appreciate it. Alright, Solrock. Do we lead with Solrock? That's the question. Could be worthwhile. Now we're Banded Excadrill, which is pretty good here as well. Like, I could actually go Hippowdon, Excadrill, Solrock in the back. But part of me wants to go... The problem with Solrock here is that my opponent leads... I think Rotom's actually a really big problem as well. So I'm thinking Solrock, Excadrill, Hippowdon, and then one of NDD or Rotom. The problem with NDD here is that it's really walled hard by Tyranitar and Excadrill. Whereas Rotom is most certainly going to come into this matchup, so I think I kind of need to bring my Rotom, to be honest. But we're bringing Solrock in the first game. I told you guys, if I'm using Martin Solrock, I am bringing it in every game, and I'm going to try to lead with it in every game, even if it's not the most optimal position for it. So let's see how things go. Question of the day, I'm kind of curious on what non-Pokemon YouTube content you guys like to consume and what channels you like to watch. I like a mix of things. I like, educational channels. I like a lot of mystery channels. I'm trying to get into poker actually, so I like poker vlogging a lot as well. And then just general non-Pokemon related video game stuff. Speedrunning is definitely something that's interesting. A lot of good stuff out there. So all right, Solrock's coming out. My opponent cut their timer down pretty short there, so I wonder if they timed out. If they did, they're going to be leading with Togekiss and Dragapult, which doesn't favor Solrock too much, but we could switch Solrock out turn one. Often what the Solrock wants to do is wait out the Dynamax on the opposing guy. It's actually going to be Dragapult and Dusclops. Okay. That's interesting. I'm worried about Will-O-Wisp on the Dragapult. Or sorry, the Dusclops. How much does my opponent respect Solrock? Because what I'm going to do is turn one, switch Solrock out into Hippowdon. Max here. Question is whether I think it's going to be special or physical Dragapult as well. I'm leaning towards physical more, but I can't say for sure. Japanese players do typically like special Dragapult, honestly. So I kind of want to go on a Hippowdon. Max. I'm going to max Quake. Well, based on this damage, we'll see whether it's physical or special. So let's see. Either way, I want to switch out Solrock for now because Dragapult's one of the bigger threats to it. Especially because we don't know whether it's physical or special. If it's physical and it has, Life Orb Max Phantasm, will just KO. So, I don't want to take that risk. So, Solrock kind of used as bait right now, and if my opponent does target the Hippowdon slot, that'll actually work out fine for us. Being Choice Banded Excadrill is a little unfortunate because we don't get any attack boosts right now through the Dynamax, but that's fine. You just gotta stall out the Dynamax on the opposing end, and then Solrock can put in some work. Dragapult is gonna Dynamax, okay, so that's good. We'll have the speed advantage. Max Spike probably still does around 50%, so the big question is, are you physical or are you special? I am also worried about Max Geyser coming out from the Dragapult, because that would change the weather. We don't have Protect / Max Guard on this Excadrill, so that could be problematic. But if that were to happen, we could yawn the It's the weakness policy set. That was actually super evident. I don't know why that wasn't super obvious to me, but I actually think that's fine for us. Let's see. Especially if he's targeting down Solrock. He's probably going to be physical, though. If it's physical and it knocks out Excadrill, then we're in trouble. I think there's a decent chance Excadrill's getting targeted down here as well. It's probably physical. Max Phantasm, yep. Into Hippowdon, okay, nice. Oh, we actually take that with ease, not bad. I really want to predict Ally Switch this next turn. I think that's super likely, honestly. That looks like Special Pult then if it's... I don't know, I can't say for sure. Yeah. I really want to predict Ally Switch here. Yes, if we knock out Dragapult, Solrock... I guess Solrock actually has a pretty tough time dealing with T-Tar, Exca, and Rotom, but whatever. We're gonna figure it out. I want to predict Ally Switch and Max Quake Dusclops. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna yawn the Dragapult slot and Max Quake the Dusclops slot. Because Ally Switch is so common with these teams. Let's go! Let's go. Alright, hopefully Max Quake KOs here. That's huge. This is really setting up Solrock for the late game. Beautiful. Okay, good. So you can see the value of Solrock, even though it didn't do anything. I think like it just scared my opponent enough, forcing my opponent to target at turn 1. And that one target alone is a really big deal. Although I do think we're probably surviving on Excadrill's end anyway, given how little Hippowdon took. Little is relative. I mean, obviously it was still like 75% of damage, but yeah, that's such a good turn for us now. Great. Okay. Maybe Slack Off would have been better. I don't know about that. But we've got 2 boosts now. We'll probably want to max Steel Spike for a defense boost. I could see Excadrill coming out for my opponent. It's exactly what comes out. Yep. But, Okay, we're going to Steel Spike. I think Yawn and Steel Spike here is just fine. Like, Yawn into Excadrill and max Steel Spike into Dusclops. Because Dusclops probably wants to switch out. If it doesn't, then it's going to fall asleep. Anything switching in is not going to want to take this. It's probably Rotom, actually. Yeah. That's fine, though. I'm fine getting a defense boost. He's just going to Earthquake, but we'll take that. Slack Off might have been better there. Are you serious? He's banded. He's banded. But that means he can't deal with Solrock unless he switches out. I didn't even think banded would KO, to be honest. We lost the Speed Tide too, which sucks. But that does give us a free switching into our Rotom. And if he's banded, he can't deal with Rotom, Hippowdon, and Solrock, I think. Yeah, so he has to switch. Right now we know that Excadrill has to switch out into Dusclops. I'm fine going for Slack Off here. Actually, maybe Yawning Rotom just to put more pressure in terms of forcing my opponent to switch out. I think Yawning is fine too. I'm going to Yawn into Rotom. We do have Nasty Plot. So the main thing is that banned Excadrill can't beat both Rotom and Solrock. You can't EQ, obviously, so you'd have to lock yourself into Iron Head or Rock Slide. If you Iron Head, Rotom resists that. Shame though. Our Excadrill was in a really good spot. And I really didn't think that would KO. That must have been a, like, really high roll, too. Okay, he's gonna frisk my items, that's fine. We're faster, too, that's really big. So we get Nasty Plot off. Just waiting for the switching into Solrock. He has Dark Pulse. He's gonna Dark Pulse Rotom, actually. Okay. And he's Life Orb. That's a really big piece of information as well. We get Yawn off against the Rotom. Now, Rotom presumably is going to want to switch out. Now, my opponent might decide to stay in this turn. This is actually going to be a really interesting endgame. You can't risk switching Rotom out, I think, because Excadrill is your win con. So I think Rotom actually stays in here, honestly. I want to Slack Off here. Thunderbolt might just knock out the Rotom. That'd be so risky if you switch Rotom into Excadrill. Maybe I need a cover for that option, though. Yeah, I guess we Yawn. Yawn and Thunderbolt Rotom seems fine. Actually, why not just Leaf Storm here? Yeah, that seems fine. He switches out. I think +2 Leaf Storm KOs, so that should be game. But we didn't bring out Solrock yet, which is sad, because I actually think it was quite good. He's got Shadow Sneak, okay. Oh wait, we knew that, obviously. That's not surprising. Let's see if +2 Leaf Storm KOs. If it does, I think we just win. Yes, let's go. Alright, and now we actually have Solrock for the late game, which is actually great. Because I've got Citrus Berry here as well. Oh, Citrus doesn't get activated though, but Dark Pulse shouldn't KO us. So what we do is we bring out Solrock. Unfortunately, Sand is over, so Hydro Pump probably does knock us out, so we still have to play around Ally Switch, which isn't great. Yeah. It's probably max speed. I want to predict the Ally Switch again, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna Cosmic Power here. Actually, Rock Polish. Because then we can flinch with Rock Slide as well. We have to call the Leaf Storm target here. We could Nasty Plot and Thunderbolt, though. I predicted the Ally Switch once. I can see my opponent really going for it again, but if we don't call it correctly, that would be super bad. Dark Pulse shouldn't knock out Rotom, though. It might be better to protect Solrock, but I could see my opponent just ignoring it. I think I'm going to predict the Ally Switch once again. See if they go for it. They don't this time. Okay. That's bad. Not bad damage from Leaf Storm, though. Let's see if he's Dark Pulsing. It is Dark Pulsing. Into Solrock, though. That doesn't KO, yeah. Is he Trick Rooming? Trick Room would be bad, because we polished this turn. I feel like you probably just Nightshade, though. Why would you risk Trick Rooming? Yeah, Nightshade, okay. Into Solrock. Okay. That's not bad then, actually, all things considered. This next turn is still dicey, though. He could Trick Room now, actually. If you have... I don't think the Rotom has Protect, though. With Life Orb, you're normally Nasty Plot. So we think we Rock Slide here. I guess now, how do we knock out Dusclops, though, right? Because he has Nightshade. Okay, I'm gonna Leaf Storm Rotom and Rock Slide. Yeah, that's why Ally switches. And he goes for it this time. Okay. This might be fine, though. Because that is more free damage on a Dusclops, and we have the chance of flinching. If we flinch Rotom, it's definitely just game over. So let's see if Solrock can pull through. We're doing so little to Dusclops, though. We flinch! Let's go, Solrock! So I got the first... the first Ally Switch Mind Game was honestly the most important one. So we Rock Slide again, and we Leaf Storm into Rotom. He might Ally Switch again, but I think now we should win, regardless. He doesn't go for it. Nice. Oh, Solrock! Let's go! Look how much damage that was to Dusclops. That was a crit, too. Hopefully we don't miss Leaf Storm, actually. Okay, we're good. Wow. He could have Pain Split here. Let's see if he does. Might. But Solrock was honestly useful here, once again, in baiting attacks away, right? Like, it didn't necessarily sweep through our opponent's team. He does have Trick Room. Okay. But Nightshade doesn't KO Solrock at this point. There's no point in going for anything but Rock Slide. And we have Citrus Berry as well, so it's going to take so many attacks for this Dusclops to KO things that I think we should be fine. Yeah, so I think we just Rock Slide, and... We're at what? -6 special attack? +2 speed. -6 special attack, yeah. So we're gonna Rock Slide and go for, I guess, just Leaf Storm, yeah. I don't even know if, Leaf Storm should KO. That has like 5 HP. No Pain Split, nice. Thunderbolt might have been safer then, because we could actually theoretically miss both of these attacks, but he doesn't have a way to heal, evidently, so yeah. Okay, nice. We ended up not calling the Ally Switch Mind Games correctly here in the end, but we got a big flinch there onto the Rotom. That's why I figured, like, if you don't Ally Switch, you probably just lose, and even if you do, we can flinch, or you could miss if you Hydro Pump, although it's probably Dark Pulsing the Solrock there. So we got a little bit lucky, but all things considered. I mean, the X Control there, I actually want to do that damage calc, because I was shocked to KO this. Like, I feel like you have to be admin to KO, right? Let's see, Choice Band, Max... Yeah, you have to be adamant. So my opponent won a speed tie there as well. So I don't feel that bad about the RNG there. Alright, we're going to get into our next game of the day up against a pretty bog standard Sun team. So, as always, the question is, what can Solrock do here? The answer, I want to say, is we actually lead it. Venusaur is the one scary thing. Let's see. There's no Intimidate this time around, no Incineroar. I mean, Excadrill, Solrock, Hippowdon, I think we absolutely bring. And probably NDD once again. Solrock, Excadrill. Seems alright to me, honestly. Yeah, let's go with that. Gives us the flexibility of switching in case my opponent leads Charizard. Yeah. Best case, I guess, is if they lead Charizard Venusaur. Although that lead doesn't really make much sense. If they go Charizard Torkoal, that's actually the best case, I think. Because then we just switch out into Hippowdon and then max the Excadrill. Solrock actually quite good here, obviously, against Charizard Torkoal. And nothing on my opponent's team resists Psychic. So if we actually boost Solrock all the way up and NDD is able to copy that, that could be huge for us as well. So let's see. We're bringing Solrock once again. Now, I will say, I would not use Solrock very seriously if I were trying to win every match, but it can come out in specific matchups, and today, our goal is to just have as much fun as possible. It is Charizard Torkoal, okay. I mean... okay, here's the problem. If we just switch out into Excadrill, we get Banded Rock Slide off. I think we do switch out into Hippowdon here, but part of me wants to max the Excadrill. I'm leaning actually towards max Quaking Torkoal, just so that we have full weather control for the remainder of the game. Yeah, I mean, this switch out is so obvious from my end. I'm definitely going for it. Question is, do I Rock Slide? Banded Rock Slide hurts too. I think I'm going to target Torkoal, because that also gives us a special defense boost. And if Charizard attacks here, my opponent is a huge boss. But even if it does, we'll change the weather and we'll get a special defense boost. So, like, takes away the solar power, takes away the sun. I really wanted to click Rock Slide there, but the thing with Rock Slide is it only hits both 81% of the time, right? And I don't think I'm definitely not knocking out Torkoal either, so... Don't think it's worth risking that. Okay. Whoa. But, like, this also sets up Solrock for the late game, too. This guy's maxing Charizard? No way. Well, that shouldn't KO us after the special defense boost, right? Yeah. Honestly, that's fine, because if I knock out Torkoal, my opponent can't change the weather anymore. And so Charizard's going to be in Sun for the remainder of the game. Okay, no Torkoal Protect, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I still think this is a pretty safe play. Good. Okay, not bad. I'm honestly fine going for that, because if I Rock Fall to Charizard, Torkoal just Eruptions, and that's really bad. Here I get the special defense boost on both. My opponent can't have Sun anymore because he's G-Max, and we've got Torkoal waiting in the back. Not Torkoal, sorry. What's it called? That does so much still. But that's why we need the special defense boost. We've got the, yeah, he's Life Orb. We've got the Solrock waiting in the back. Okay. We'll feign from another Wildfire. Hippowdon obviously is going to take so much damage, but that's fine. We outspeed the Charizard right now. My opponent doesn't have weather control anymore. And they've committed their Dynamax, so they cannot Dynamax like Conkeldurr or more importantly, Rhyperior, which I think scares me. Okay, not bad. Probably gonna want to just switch in Solrock as soon as something faints, honestly. Conkeldurr comes in, but my opponent is gonna have to predict this. Because I've got NDD, so I'm just gonna switch NDD into NDD. I mean, you could so easily double protect, I guess. The smart play for my opponent is to just double protect, truth be told. So, if I expect my opponent to make the smart play, I would draw Hippowdon out into Solrock. and max Steel Spike Conkeldurr to get the free boost. So what do I expect here? I don't know if I expect a smart play. Alright, I'm actually going to go into Inity and just Rockfall. Because I think my opponent might get baited here. It's so easy to just forget about Inity, and you also might not be able to tell that I'm in KO range from Gmax Wildfire. Alright, let's see if this ended up being a big brain play. Whoa. Bless. 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 The thing is, if we actually call that incorrectly, it's actually super bad for us. But that's huge. Now, actually, I think we just win the game by Solrocking up. So we'll lose Excadrill here. Gmax Wildfire is actually a huge pain for us. So we actually need to swap Indy out. Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, so there are two options there. I think you double protect or you try to Mach Punch there, forgetting about Psychic Terrain. Yeah, my problem here is, unfortunately, Indy still takes so much damage. It is Flame Orb Conkeldurr as well. Okay. Honestly, Hyper Voice doesn't do bad damage, but yeah, Solrock comes out now. And it's time to start boosting up. Venusaur as the last one's actually scary, though. We haven't won this yet, because it's Venusaur in the back. I think we Cosmic Power Solrock and switch out into Hippowdon. He's gonna Giga Drain probably. I'm worried about a double up onto Solrock, but Indy exerts so much offensive pressure, I think you need to target that down, so... I'm a Cosmic Power here this turn. I guess Guts Conkeldurr still hits really hard. Venusaur is the best last option for my opponent to have here. Ha ha ha! So many people forget about Solrock having Levitate, honestly. I think you always go for the Grass type attack here. So I don't really understand that. But we'll take it. Look how well Hippowdon takes that too. Not bad. Okay, nice. Alright, so that's one boost for Solrock. I think this next turn we protect Hippowdon. Solrock still takes a fair amount from Wildfire, but obviously that effect is going away pretty soon. I think one more Wildfire should activate our Berry on Hippowdon. Yeah, I'm confused why my opponent went for the Earth Power there as opposed to a Grass type attack, but we'll take it. Yeah, I'm going to protect Hippowdon here. Let's see. One turn of Wildfire left, 2 turns of Sand. I'm down to double protect this turn, I think. Yeah. That activates our Berry. Sure, let's do that. Okay. It's super easy to forget about Levitate, honestly. I honestly, like, before I was given this team, I like totally just didn't know anything about what Solrock did. That's, yeah, so he had Leaf Storm. That explains why. I don't think that KOs us in Sand with the Spadef boost. Because we're max HP, max special defense. I don't think that KOs. I'd be very surprised if it did. You could be Life Orb. No, actually, I was going to say, yeah, we haven't seen the item on that yet, so it still could be Life Orb. Okay. Yep, that activates our Berry. It's last turn of Weather. Conkeldurr's really getting chipped away by Burn and Sand. He's probably going to Leaf Storm Solrock. So I'm leaning towards actually just Earthquaking. We could Slack Off here, actually. That allows us to survive an Ice Punch. Yeah, I actually think Slack Off. Earthquake more for damage I think is better, actually, because NDD might not be able to get a Psych Up off this game. Okay, so we're going to Earthquake and just Rock Slide, I think, for damage. Cosmic Powering is tempting. Actually, maybe Rock Polish. Because what Rock Polish allows us to accomplish is then NDD can Psych Up. Alright, he's gonna go for Leaf Storm. Yep. See if we survive this. Let's go, Solrock! Not even close, baby. Alright, so Solrock gets the Rock Polish off. Beautiful. I'm just worried about Ice Punch KOing us if it does go into that slot. Hippo's faster than Conkeldurr though, which is great. Not surprising, but great. It's decent damage here for sure. Yep. Ice Punch. Into that Hippowdon. Perfect. Oh, that doesn't even KO us. Sand actually subsides, but that's fine too. So G-Max Wildfire has ended. Now what we do is we protect Solrock. We get the switch into Indeedee, and then we Psych Up. We don't even need to necessarily Psych Up, to be honest. Solrock, like, took away so much, exerted so much pressure here. Yeah, we just EQ Protect. The other reason I wanted to Rock Polish there was because Venusaur can still Sleep Powder us, which could be kind of annoying, but at this point, I think Indeedee... I actually am really curious if Stored Power knocks out Conkeldurr when there's no boosts. So I'm actually going to check that real quick, because that is not a calc that would ever be relevant anywhere. He's not AV, so it actually might KO. It does 25 to 31%. Yeah, there's Sleep Powder. Yep. So that should secure the game for us. Especially because we're faster with Solrock. So you can see how, like, Solrock exerts pressure just by existing. It was so bulky too. Like, it took a super effective Leaf Storm in Sand and it survived with so much HP remaining. That's beautiful. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't get the Indeedee combo go in this game. My opponent also went for that Earth Power, but it makes a little bit more sense given that their Grass type attack was Leaf Storm. It makes more sense in the context that they probably obviously forgot about Levitate. But now we can just Rock Slide Earthquake, and there's pretty much nothing my opponent can do. So Rock outspeeds, should KO Venusaur with Rock Slide here. So let's see. Yeah, the other big turn obviously in this game was expecting the Mach Punch. Rock Slide. Nice. Oh, let's go, Solrock. Let's go. And Earthquake will finish things off. Excellent. Okay. Solrock was actually really good for us here. Obviously, like, Excadrill was putting on, you know, the bulk of the offense, but it was super solid. Like, I'm very happy about Solrock's performance in this game. And honestly, a lot of people forget about Levitate, and so one thing that even when I was just playing with this team, just for fun before recording this, is that people often forget about Levitate and they just go for, like, a ground type attack into Solrock. So, yeah. I was originally going to do 2 games, but I said screw it, let's play a 3rd game. And we're up against more Torkoal today. Oh my goodness, this is Solrock's day to shine. Okay. It's quite similar to the team we just went up against, but obviously there's no Charizard this time around, and there's Incineroar instead. And that's actually kind of... Here's the tricky thing about Incineroar. If there's Darkest Lariat, then boosting with Solrock is absolutely pointless. And that is sad to say. It is quite sad to say. Incineroar actually makes this matchup significantly harder for us, I think. I like leading Excadrill once again, though, because it does exert so much pressure. And because it's Solrock's episode today, I think maybe we just lead with it. We go with Hippowdon on the back. Now, I could bring Braviary expecting the Incineroar. Could even lead Braviary, actually. It's not a terrible consideration. Part of me is considering Braviary Solrock. Does my opponent really lead Incineroar here? That would be super risky, in my opinion. I'm gonna go Excadrill Solrock. How can we not lead Solrock today? Excadrill Solrock, Hippo for sure. And the last one is always between Indeedee and Braviary. It's just non-Dynamax Braviary is so frail. Alright, we'll bring Indeedee. Maybe try to get some more shenanigans off with Psych Up. So we're going with the classic 4. I do find that when I have played with this team, that is the 4 that I default to the most. Alright, let's see how things go. Honestly, Solrock's been great as a sponge. And in that last game, it was actually able to do more than just sponge attacks. Would have been able to actually win that game with Rock Slide Protect, honestly. It was going to stall things out. Alright, it is Duskull Togekiss. This isn't bad. This actually is not bad at all. Solrock loves this position right now. Absolutely adores it. So we're gonna definitely go for Cosmic Power with Solrock. The question is what we want to do with Excadrill. It's a pretty free max Steel Spike into Togekiss, but the problem is if we Steel Spike, my opponent does just get a free switch in into the Hippo. And Togekiss really is not a threat to us offensively, so I think I'm going to Steel Spike Dusclops, basically saying, hey, you have to pretty much switch. You know what could actually be really interesting? Max Quaking here, solely for the purpose of not giving my opponent a free switch in this turn. I actually kind of like that. I'm going to Max Quake the Dusclops and Cosmic Power. Now, this may seem kind of crazy, but basically, if Togekiss follows me, then sure, I don't get any damage off, but then you set up Trick Room, and that's already one turn of Trick Room down, right? So that gives you one less turn to work with, and if I were to knock out Togekiss here, the expectation is that Rhyperior just comes in and knocks me out with, like, you know, Bulldoze, like, Self-Weakness Policy activation anyway. Oh, he's Heat Wave. Okay, that's fine. He's fast Heat Wave, too. That's actually really interesting. Because we actually get a special defense boost through that, and this means we get another Cosmic Power off this next turn, and it means that Togekiss will now underspeed us in Trick Room. Which is great. So that's exactly why I didn't want to target Togekiss. Don't give the opponent the free switch in here, basically. And there's Trick Room, yep. Now this turn is interesting, right? We got the special defense boost, so we're obviously taking less damage from Heat Wave. Solrock's actually in a great spot right now. Our goal is to just boost that as much as possible. That Togekiss looked like it was Scarf. I actually think this is Admin Drill, so I don't know if Max Speed Togekiss Timid outspeeds Drill. I mean, we're not taking much from Heat Wave. I'm going to Cosmic Power again, and I'm leaning towards Steel Spiking Dusclops. Yeah. Because Rhyperior is the one thing we want to really boost up for. You could switch Togekiss out now. That would be risky, though. That would be very risky. Yep, he doesn't switch. He does have Nightshade, okay. It's always good to confirm that. Sometimes Dusclopses don't carry that. So you can see how we're basically stalling out Trick Room right now. I'm saying, you know what, you can damage me, I don't really care. It's already going to be 2 turns of Trick Room down after this. Now the downside is, of course, we'll have spent a couple of turns of Dynamax getting there. We actually almost just outright knock out Dusclops too, which is really nice. Maybe we should have Rock Slided there, because then that just means my opponent can't get a weakness policy off. Sure, it's another... Okay, so it's not Scarfed. That does no damage, though. And that was a crit on Texcadrill, too. Okay. That's another turn of Trick Room down. Let's see, who do I have in the back? I should knock out the Togekiss now, I think. Yeah, I'm going to max Steel Spike now into that. And a max Rock Fog would set up the Sand, which helps out Solrock. There's probably... no, it doesn't really help out. Unless there's Venusaur in the back, which I guess could be the case. It could be Babiri Berry. But I think it's better to go for a boost. Let's just Steel Spike Togekiss and Rock Slide here. I'm worried about Pain Split. That's my one fear, if Dusclops has Pain Split. No, Togekiss switch. Is it Rhyperior coming in? Whoa. Okay. Okay. He's going for the Bulldoze. I don't think Steel Spike KOs here, unfortunately. I don't know, though. Steel Spike plus Rock Slide might just get enough to knock out Rhyperior. Especially because my opponent actually crit in his own Rhyperior. Alright, let's see. Let's see. I'm actually very nervous right now. Okay, speed decrease. Rock Slide connects. That's good. I honestly think that KOs Rhyperior from that range when it's not maxed. Even if not, it's going to be so low. Okay. Close. But I can't complain about that. Definitely can't complain. Especially because we get another defense boost onto Solrock as well. And getting rid of Dusclops in this matchup is always really good. The main, getting all that damage on the Rhyperior is super, super good, because, just can't really do very much. Which means, like, Torkoal probably maxes. Yeah. Torkoal probably maxes. But we have Hippo in the back. This actually still could be pretty rough. How many boosts do we have right now? +4, +3. The thing is, Trick Room's almost over, though. As soon as Trick Room is over, we just Earthquake, right? So why not just switch out into Hippowdon, get the Sand up, and just Rock Slide here? That seems fine to me, actually. No, actually, it's better to Protect. Just because we need the free switch in into... Actually, maybe Rock Slide's fine. You could crit us, though. I don't want to get crit. Let's not get crit right now. Okay. So Powdon comes out. He doesn't max here, but I actually think that's a smart decision. Maybe Rock Slide then would have been the play. Yeah, that might have been a mistake. Let's see. We should survive an Eruption and a Rock Slide, though, but he might be going for a ground type attack. Actually, that's totally fine then. Yeah, that's more than fine. Okay. I think this is a good lesson on how to play against hard Trick Room teams. Because we didn't give our opponent a free switch in, which made their life a lot harder. Let's Protect now with Hippowdon and just Rock Slide. I'm pretty sure we should survive a double up even if one of these two Pokemon maxes. You can't Solar Beam either, so you have to max the Torkoal if anything. But as soon as we get some damage on a Torkoal, everything should be in Choice Band KO range from Excadrill in the back. And we haven't brought out any D yet either. Alright. Still no max. That's interesting. I think that should seal up the game. Oh, my opponent's waiting to max Togekiss. Wait, that's actually really smart. Oh, that's actually really smart. Let's see if he flinches us. Look how little damage Solrock is taking, by the way. Does flinch us, but I think that's fine, right? Because we can just Earthquake Rock Slide here. Togekiss might sweep us. It might be smarter to slack off here. Yeah. We don't really need damage on a Torkoal, and the slack off allows us to potentially yawn Togekiss later on. Okay. Solrock has actually been huge for us in this matchup, though. As you can see, my opponent has nothing to really just knock it out, so it's able to stick around for forever. Okay, he's going to Protect, but that's fine. Oops, sorry, that's my phone. Solrock Rock Slides. Should connect, hopefully. I don't know why I said should. It knocks out Rapier, okay. And we slack off, which is huge. Okay. I think that should win us the game then. Because now, I actually really like how my opponent waited to Dynamax the Togekiss though, honestly. I think that was really cool. But I think now we just yawn. You could crit us here. That's the one thing. Solrock does lose to Crit Kiss. So, this matchup is actually still far from over, especially because that Togekiss does have Max Flare, so it can change the weather too. So if it crits us, we should survive with Solrock, right? So I think we yawn here onto Togekiss and Rock Slide. Actually, Rock Polish does... I think more damage is good right now. Yeah. I just want to reduce Torkoal's damage output. That was actually really cool how my opponent waited to Dynamax. I think if they Dynamax Rapier or Torkoal, they would have just lost, honestly. So let's see. We know that this Togekiss outspeeds our Excadrill, because it's Max Speed Kiss, and we're Adamant. So, we need Hippowdon to conserve the weather, and all we need to do is just get Excadrill out with Sand up, and we should win. There's the Max Flare. Onto Hippo, though. That shouldn't KO unless it crits. Oh, wait. That was... Oh, no! Oh, wait, but that's fine, because we're going to put the Togekiss to sleep. It did crit us. Is it Weakens Policy, too? Pretty sure it's Crit Kiss. Okay, we still get the yawn off. The problem is that Torkoal does a lot of damage here with the... Oh, but we flinch. That makes up for the crit. I mean, that does suck, though. I would have preferred not to flinch there, because I wanted to see how this game would have played out. But I don't think my opponent really had too many outs, because the Togekiss was guaranteed to fall asleep. So now we just double Protect. Yo, Solrock's been coming in clutch today with the flinches, though. Jeez. Okay, nice. I will say, if Martin Solrock had Rock Slide, it would be way more useful. So, we're kind of cheating here because we have Rock Slide on Solrock instead of, I think it's Rock Blasting game. Anyway, I think my opponent went for the best play. We were going to survive a Heat Wave anyway, but that's why I Rock Slided with Torque, Right, he's going to Starfall, but that doesn't prevent, Togekiss from falling asleep. Yeah, so now all we need to do is just stall out Max. We just switch Hippo into NDD, and then get Hippo and Excadrill out next to each other, and we should win. And that actually activates our Berry too, which is perfect. That flinch was definitely unfortunate, but I don't think it mattered too much, because even if my opponent gets that KO, what I do is basically bring out NDD, I double protect with both, Togekiss falls asleep. Actually, the problem is that then the weather wouldn't have changed. But then I just bring out Excadrill, and that should KO Togekiss. But the flinch made it, I think, impossible for my opponent to win, whereas without it, it would have been a little bit easier, potentially. Okay. Yeah, now we just go Hippo into NDD and Rock Slide. Because all we have to do is bring Hippo back out. That changes the weather back to sand. And that's it. Okay. He is going to protect. That's fine. Yeah, as soon as we change the weather back, we should be good. And in fact, we can actually go for the Cosmic Power stuff right now. We can still throw those. Let's not throw this. Especially because we can get crit by Togekiss, which is actually really bad. Okay, that's actually, like, a significant amount of damage. I was going to say, yeah, that was surprising to me. And Solrock just keeps healing back. Yep. Since there is one more turn of Dynamax... Oh, no, sorry. I was going to say, if there was one more turn of Dynamax, we switch out into... We don't switch out into Hippo, but since there are no more turns, there's no reason... No, we could throw this if we stayed in with NDD. The correct play is to switch out into Hippowdon and just close out the game with Excadrill. Now the question is if you have Protect on Togekiss. Because at this point, both of these should be in Banded Rock Slide KO range, but the thing is that Banded Rock Slide obviously can miss. And that's scary. Okay. Stays asleep. It doesn't make a difference there. I will say that flinch on Torkoal was really big earlier on. Look at... Okay, that's so much damage, actually. And Solar Beam, yeah. This could have been a very different game, though, but I think I'm pretty happy about how I played it, because I stalled out Trick Room quite effectively, and I think it was a good lesson to show. So if you're ever playing against hard Trick Room like this, that's one of the ways you can beat it. And in this case, Solrock literally took, like, negative damage. It's been on the field since the beginning of the game, too, which is awesome. Yeah, there's nothing my opponent can really do. We just Earthquake here. As soon as we knock out Torkoal, we have an 100% win con by clicking Iron Head into Togekiss. At this point, yeah, there's no way for my opponent to win. Especially because we still have Sash and ED in the back. So even if you crit us with Dazzling Gleam onto both here, it's fine. That was a crit on Solrock, too. Wow. Jeez. Solrock comes out, Rock Slide, and picks up the KOs. We ran into all Sun teams in today's episode, though, which obviously makes things easier, but that is probably one of the only matchups you can bring Solrock into. But I actually think this highlights why Solrock's kind of cool. You can bring it against Torkoal and Rhyperior, and it can put in work. So, yeah, that's going to be it for the Rock, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for making it to 100, for episode 100 of Road to Ranked, and thank you for continuing to come and watch and support my content. It really means the world to me. So hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully this was fun. If you liked it, please show support by leaving a like. And yeah, maybe I'll play with Solrock a little bit more on stream. Follow me at Cybertron VGC if you don't already, because I'll be streaming a lot more in the upcoming days and weeks. And that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. All right, peace.